Hi everyone, my name is Devendran Mogan. So my project title here is TERMOSS, which stands for Temperature Monitoring and Management for Offline School System, and this project falls under System Intelligence category. And my supervisor name is Dr. Muhammad Nadir bin Abdul Wahab. A little bit about the background of this project. So as we know, we are currently under the struck of pandemic, which is COVID-19, and we have went through a lot of pandemics throughout the years, throughout our history, and there is for sure there will be more pandemics like COVID-19, or even this COVID-19 can just go on for years. So we are used to certain SOPs that been set by government or certain premises. That's basically where we need to scan our temperature and record our check-ins through MySejahtera application. So this is become a new normal for everyone to follow, because this could help to prevent some of the spread of the infection. Uh, but there is a lack of monitoring over these check-ins or temperatures. So TherMOS is about not only giving a temperature scanning system, but it also gives a monitoring and management system for any premise or any administration to monitor their people checking in and their temperature data to detect any early cases of fever. So this could prevent some of the infection being spread. So this project is actually requested by three of the schools listed on the slide, and this is because they are facing some issues regarding the temperature scanners, such as the cost. So my problem statement here is actually the cost of temperature scanners. As you can see, schools are usually mostly will be few hundreds of students are daily recording the temperatures in order to get to the school. They are being scanned at the entrance of the school to detect any fever cases. So basically, traditionally, it is been done by mostly by the security guards, who will be holding a temperature gun and pointing off of each student who are trying to enter, and scan their temperature to verify they're not having fever. So imagine this has been to be done every day with few hundreds of students. So this could really took up a lot of time and effort. So at the same time, they need a lot of few four machines, like a standing temperature scanner, which automatically scans of a student without needing a person to point it at a student's forehead. So this temperature scanner doesn't come with a cheap price, this automatic scanning system. So this is the problem faced by some of the schools. But imagine the area of rural schools, rural area, where they don't have proper infrastructure and so fund to buy a proper temperature scanner for their schools. The second thing is the lack of monitoring and management. So as you can see, not only schools, most of the places that is scanned for temperatures lacks of monitoring of the temperature itself, because for some people reaching even 37 Celsius itself could be considered as a fever. But they will pass through these machines, and they would be considered as no fever, but it could be risk for others that they might be an affected person of infection. So there is no proper monitoring of these data. So this is what is currently happening, and the solution is to use an low cost temperature scanner. How is it possible is to use an IoT devices like Arduino. So these Arduino systems are not only cheap, but they can perform better than even more than some of temperature scanners, because they can do more. So this could help to reduce the cost. The second is the software designed for this system will be a multi-platform compatible software, which is a web application based, where it can be opened in any browser. So it doesn't It doesn't require any special operating system, so it can be opened in any platform, any type of devices, so easier for the management and monitoring of the temperature data and all the people who are scanning it. So let's move on to the novelty and innovativeness of the system. So first I'm going to talk about Mars Jatra mobile application, which is Mars Jatra is basically a mobile app developed by the government to enable users to check in to any building or premises, enable for them to contact trace any spread of infection. So there are a few similarities and differences between our system and Mars Jatra. The first one is the platform, where TERMOSS is basically fully web-based application. MyStatra is a mobile-based, and it's MyStatra only involved software, and TERMOSS involves hardware and software. So both the system as a user profiling system and contact tracing abilities. The key difference here is the analysis ability, where TERMOSS does give admins to do certain analysis based on the data received, and also to manage the check-in data and also users. And ThermOS enables to record temperature in the user profile as well, so they can view all the previous recorded temperatures in the system. Meanwhile, MySjatra is not able to do that. So what are the impacts, benefits, and practicality of the system? So first of all, it's a very portable hardware that can be carried around and set up anywhere. The second is it is a cheap cost of hardware and setup, and even the maintenance, because of thanks to the Arduino system, it comes with a very low price but quality components. The third is it doesn't require any internet connection, because the hardware and software system doesn't need an active internet connection to perform. Of course, this is not a limitation, but it is designed such way that all types of environment can adapt the system. The fourth one is ThermOS is able to keep and record of person's information and current status for future and precaution steps. So the fifth is the low power consumption, which generally it saves electricity, since thanks to the Arduino system, it only requires 5 voltage of normal USB type A current, which helps to save the electricity. Finally, here are some rapid fire questions are supposed to be the part of the video. So the first is the system potential of the project to be market or commercialized? I would say yes, because it is although it is designed to match a specific category of people, but it can be marketed or commercialized. Second is potential of the project to be extended anyways. Yes, this project is basically a startup or beginning of a new systematic system where it can be extended in many ways. Third is the recommendation for the best research project. Yes, I would definitely suggest this project to be in the best research project, because this is one of the system that currently the world missing it. So what were the best presenter? I would say yes, with the humble gesture. Hopefully I will get the best presenter for this video. Thank you.
So this is the hardware system of ThermOS, which consists of Arduino based IoT devices such as the main controller board, temperature sensor, RFID, and SD card. So this is the temperature sensor over here, and this is the Maker Uno main board microcontroller, and this one is the LED screen. Over here is the RFID reader, and this is SD card module. So all these are connected to an USB powered, either can be connected to a power bank or any power source that gives out 5 voltage of power. So what I'm going to do now here is there are a few RFID cards which is already been registered into the system, and this one is the RFID tag, which is also registered as another RFID card. So what the system should do is actually basically when I tap the card over the RFID reader here, it should display the name that the owner of the card and their respective temperature. So they should place their forehead into this temperature sensor over here for enable the system to record the temperature. So let's begin with the first card. So when I tap over here, so there's a sound and indicating there's a successful tap and recognized card. As you can see, in the LCD screen, it's showing the name of the owner of the card and the temperature of it. So this is where it will indicates the successful tab of the system, and this information will be stored in the SD card. The RFID of the card and the number will be, the temperature will be stored in SD card in a TXT file. So let's move on to the second tag. So as you can see, there's a different name, the different temperature. Another one. Yeah, so this is basically the workflow of the hardware system. So this data that's saved in SD card will be loaded into the web application that's coming up right now after this video, and it will be analyzed. It can be, the data can be analyzed and can be viewed, all the temperatures with the regarding RFID with the student profile, everything it will be in the web application. So this is the basically the overall workflow of the hardware system. Thank you.
So I am about to demonstrate the software system of TherMOS. So this is the login page, and here I am about to click login, and I've successfully logged in the system. So over here we can see the dashboard of containing basic information of the current situation. It will show people who's normal, high, there is high fever, quarantine, or COVID-19 positive. So this data is based on the previous upload by the admin. So over here we can see the list of students who got fever, and they're showing the temperatures over here, and this is their current status, which is highlighted by the system automatically. So clicking on the student's link ID, it will show the basic profile of the student, which contains their profile picture, their basic informations, their phone numbers, contact information, and also the RFID information, which will use to indicates that the student is holding this number card that contains this number of RFID. So this RFID will be used to retrieve the information of students from the database. Moving on to the second tab, which is add student. Under the student info tab, so over here the admin can register new students into the database, so by entering basic details and also their student photo. So moving on to the second tab, under student info, which is student listing. Over here the admin can view all the students in a list, where you can edit and delete each student if it's necessary. Over here they can also view the profile as well. So moving on to the third tab, which is an update status. Under student status, over here the admin can edit their status that will be reflected on the dashboard page, on the home page. So over here, for example, if I changed the first student's status from high fever to quarantine status, so it will pop up a message which is successfully changed. So when you look over back to the home page, and you can see the first student is already the status is already changed to quarantine. So this is how the system works. So moving on to the fourth tab, which is an upload file. Okay, on this is the page that the admins will upload the file, a txt file from the Arduino web system, which contains the RFID and the temperature. So once they have chosen the file and they click submit, a list of newly updated list will be pop out according to that current date. So over here you can see, also can see dates which is previously recorded, and you can see in the ascending and descending format, which contains the temperature, the status of previous records. So this is the page for Internet 4, and the last one is the report page, which gives a basic analysis in a graph format, which is a pie chart and bar chart. So in pie chart, we can see today's COVID-19 status, how many people are affected, how many are quarantined, how many are on eye fever, and also the bar chart, which we show the data in a categorized by class, on which class has their respective statuses. So moving on to the last tab, which is export report. So we can see based on the previous record uploaded, the admin can download a file, an Excel file, which contains the information of students which are affected by fever. So they can export the file and they can view over here. So this is the file status as a view. So this is the function of the export file. So this is the functionalities of the TherMOS web application. So that's all. Thank you.